time to get interactive. Lord Edu Asare. Harrison Edu Asare. You have to,
Asare.
your name is
shorten
it.
Yes, madam, I've heard you.
Okay, so you're talking about who
Manny Pacquiao and then getting married. But I'm very excited because my team we are drawing. I nearly got disheartened. And but yes. So it's time to hear from you on the segment that is brought to you by Airtel, the smartphone network. Enjoy more talk, longer text, and all the internet browsing with an Airtel 2 Much pack. All you have to do is dial *202#. To get in touch with us, please join us on Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. Find us at facebook.com/JoinNewsOnTV. Our handles on Twitter is also JoinNewsOnTV, and our WhatsApp number is 0560-800,000. Please don't forget to add your name and location when you send us a message. Now, the world welterweight boxing champion, Manny Pacquiao, part-time pastor and political candidate, has been forced to apologize after he sparked a storm of controversy by asserting that gays, quote, are worse than animals, unquote. The 37-year-old, who is running for a seat in the Philippines Senate in May's elections as a conservative Christian, made the remark in a video posted on local TV5's election site. Responding to the controversy via Instagram, Pacquiao initially posted an image of himself with his wife, quoting the Bible and writing, "I rather obey the Lord's command than obeying the desire of the flesh. I'm not condemning anyone, but I'm just telling the truth of what the Bible says." Later, though, he added an apology saying, "I'm sorry for hurting people by comparing homosexuals to animals. Please forgive me for those I've hurt." But what do you think about his comments and apology? I mean, the entire situation. We've been finding out.
As a Christian, there are some things we hold dear. And I believe the young man, he aired his opinion, and he should not go apologizing to anybody. You understand? One thing that makes a man is saying something and not being, one thing that does not make a man is saying something and not being proud of what you have said. You understand? If he goes back saying, "I'm sorry, I said this," it doesn't make him a man. Eh? And as a boxer and also a pastor, like you said, you understand? It's wrong.
I don't think asking him to really apologize and retreat that statement is good. Everybody has his or her right to make an opinion on any issue, and what he said is right. So to me, they are trying to be unfair to him, because there are people who are supporting that. So I don't think he said that because he really wanted to have a vote. He said it because it is the truth.
I think everybody is entitled for his or her own opinion. I think he should have stand on his ground and stood what he believes and stood what he believes. Then I think one thing that God may put him as a pastor, maybe one of the reasons maybe he's fighting for the reason of God. So I think he should have stand on his ground. He should not restrict that statement at all. So which means that maybe the pressure from the world it's allowed you to come on with the world. No. I disagree. He should have stand on his ground.
Okay, so Aisha.
On Facebook, lots of messages coming. Tapera says, "I think Manny Pacquiao is 101% right. Why apologizing? To who? Why are people doing ungodly things? Do those people go to church? What are they trying to prove on earth? We won't allow such unholy acts in our country." And Mahama Bakojo says, "Why criticize this great man just because of what he stands for? He has his own beliefs. Please respect that. The Bible says, but if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not fear their threats. Do not be frightened." 1 Peter 3-14. And those are some of the messages. So he says, "Fight the good fight of faith."
So he's quoting the Bible.
So
okay.
what's up?
Now, on WhatsApp, Kweku B. Abranti of Agona Swedro says, "I'm very sad Pacquiao went back to apologize. Otherwise, he would have been the wisest person on earth." Okay. And this is from Ahmed, who is in Kumasi. He said, "Okay, I can't read your comments. Please do not send insulting messages. I wouldn't read them." And here's another from Ishan inside Brekum. He says, "I think Pacman has done the right thing for apologizing. Even though gay is an insane..." Okay. He said he shouldn't have insulted them. We aren't God to judge. Okay, Ishan. And this is Shifman Osei at Atunsu. I am disappointed in Pac-Man for apologizing. The truth is a bitter pill, period. Okay, here's another. And he says, this is KD Wonder. He says, I think Manny said the truth. He shouldn't apologize. It seems everyone seems to supporting him, saying that he shouldn't apologize for what he said. Okay, here's another from George, who is in Agogo. Speak the truth, and the truth will set you free. And so, Pacquiao has said the truth, huh? Right. This is Lottie Jones, and he says, I hate when people immediately apologize for their... Hey, Lottie Jones. Okay. And here's another saying he shouldn't have apologized for this issue he said because it's true. Okay, now we actually have the video of the entire interview and the apology. Let's just listen to it.
I want to clarify that I didn't say all gays put to death. What I say is the reporter asked me a question. He said, Obama is favor on legalizing the gay marriage, and what's your opinion? He asked me about my opinion, and I told him my opinion that I'm not I'm not agree, and I'm against the same-sex marriage. But I didn't say that I'm condemning the gays like that, because I have relatives. I have gay relatives and friends. So that's all I say to the reporter. To the gay community, I apologize if I did something, but all I say is I'm against the same-sex marriage, but I'm not condemning you. My favorite verse is love one another as you love yourself, love your neighbor. So I love everybody.
On Facebook, more messages coming. Frederick Nikote says he's perfectly right. He needs not to apologize in any way. God did not create humans, animals, but it is our behavior that suggests so. Even in the animal kingdom, they do not do that. KDM Bright says, oh yeah, but if male animals don't marry male ones, and a man 100% more than sheep in brain, wisdom, knowledge to know the consequences, but still worth a fellow man. Single women are praying, crying, struggling just to have a man, and men have taken them. It's indeed worse than animals. I'm sure that's what you want to say. And so Prince says, Pacquiao is the only God-fearing, successful boxer of our generation. The God-fearing men of our days will condemn that evil act. Only evil incarnated and who have already booked their tickets to heaven.
Hey, sir, people.
Do not judge. Will support
No
those
judging,
animals called same-sex additives. I'm for Christ, therefore I have attacked gays on social media. Kaba Atawoge says, why did the serpent decide to approach a naked Eve instead of a naked Adam? It's simply because Eve is a she. So if Lucifer, the inventor of sin himself, viewed it as a sin, who are we to think otherwise? If you want to voice out your opinion, people come out. And Sam Williams Sofosu says, if someone is behaving worse than animal and there's nobody to say it, yet God gave Manny all the courage to voice out, what's the big deal? Apologize to who? The animals? God forbid. He won't, and if he did, it's unfortunate. Robert Mensah says, for real, animals are able to recognize their sexual differences, so animals are better than, well. Isaac Opari says, God is sending a strong warning on gays. I tell you the truth, it will be tolerable in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah than this day.
Hey, you.
Jaka Stimula says, well, if this is welcome in his country, so be it, provided it's illegal in his Philippine country, but he shouldn't bring it along to US where it's legal, especially Vegas, where he earned all his money from. Even though they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I'm pretty sure this one will follow him if he says the same thing in Vegas.
Okay, Aisha, so before you continue, I want us to watch the actual video when the reporter,
apology
when the
video.
reporter asked him about it, and then he explained the entire thing. Let's see it.
I Are you for or against same-sex marriage?
World boxing champion Manny Pacquiao is taking big hits over comments he made to a Philippines media outlet describing gay people as worse than animals. Pacquiao told TV5 in an interview, "It's common sense. Do you see animals mating with the same sex? Animals are better because they can distinguish male from female." He continued, "If men mate with men and women mate with women, they are worse than animals." The 8-time boxing champion and born-again Christian is currently running for a Senate seat in his native country.
Right, so you're still watching the interactive segments with the most interactive segments on Joy News Prime. We're taking a quick break. Please stay. Welcome back. Don't forget the program interactive segment is sponsored by Airtel. Now, let's talk about marriage accomplishment. I have nothing against marriage as I'm actually heading towards it myself. But you see, how should I put this thing? Aisha, what do you think about marriage? Do you think it's an accomplishment?
Multi-million-dollar question. Let's see what people are saying on social media.
Before I go to Facebook, and let's go to the streets and listen to what people are saying.
See what people are saying. Well,
it's not. It's not an accomplishment because it's not everybody that would want to get married. Not everybody that can tolerate a man for what they do. You know, men cheat a lot. Yeah, so that's my own opinion.
But what do you make of the assertion that it's an accomplishment?
Because maybe your parents would want you to get married, you get. Maybe they want you to fulfill that task as a lady or a man, that you have to get married, but it's not an accomplishment to me. I don't know to other people. That's my own opinion.
The marriage issue, so far as it's ordained by God, the Bible says in this cause a man will leave the marital parent alone and include with the wife, or the both of them shall be one. So I think we are accomplishing what God had instituted from the beginning.
Yeah, marriage is good because a man, you come and grow. And marriage is like you plant a tree. When you water it, it grows nicely so that you can achieve it. But if you marry and you born your child, you didn't take care of the child, then it's better you didn't even born, because you come and grow, you can't work. But if you marry and have a child, your child grow, your child will come and take care of you.
Okay, so you're telling me the reasons why marriage is good.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why I believe marriage is an accomplishment is because, you know, as I'm speaking to you, someone is planning to get married. If he doesn't get married, he feels that he has lost something in life. You know, our parents give birth to us. They expect us that as we go, we get to a certain age, we also make a family, like the way they have also made up a family.
Because if you look at the benefits of the marriage, it comes with a lot of benefits, you understand? And marriage is, you don't feel any, like I'm a guy, and for you to feel as a man when you're a guy is when you're married.
No. You have to wait and get everything for yourself.
Yes.
Finish your school, and then even when you want to marry, you have to assess the family first, the woman you are going to marry, and then the home that she comes from.
Yes, so Aisha, marriage is a commitment, a chapter, a union, a desire to start a family, an affirmation of love, a level of responsibility. I tell you, it's everything you can think of. But would you say it's an achievement worth bragging about? That's simply my opinion. Anyway, Aisha, what is your opinion on that? Do you think that, you still not told me before you go to Facebook?
My opinion? Yeah, of course, it's an accomplishment.
Yes.
After all said and done, if it's something you want to do and you achieve it, it's an
especially because it was instituted by God himself.
Exactly. So,
okay,
on Facebook, Onuche Ame says accomplishment simply means something that is successful or achieved after a lot of work. Therefore, I make bold to say that after passing through academic institution, getting a job, saving money for years, and then settling down with a woman of my choice, I have accomplished a task. When my marriage is also successful, it's an accomplishment too. That's from Onuche from Nigeria.
Okay.
Benedict Sakwati says, how can marriage be an accomplishment? Marriage is not an easy task. The journey itself is, I don't think marriage is an accomplishment. Benedicta, you need some counseling. Bridget Evanson says, from the article, it sounds to me like she wants a woman's educational and work accomplishment to be held high above marriage. No? Marriage is not an accomplishment, but if a woman holds her work and education above her marriage and family, there's going to, I think there's more messages there. Victor Atabuama says, marriage I see is a means to an end. As a Christian, I see marriage as a means through which one can attain heaven. And for that matter, if one marry without this aim, the marriage is as useless as anything. Marriage itself, from my background, I see it not as an accomplishment, but a means. That's from Victor. Deme De Simon says the accomplishment should be defined in a certain context. Example, when one's objective is to find a partner of the opposite sex for marriage and companionship, then in that case, marriage is accomplished for that individual.
Okay.
Kojo Suarez says, generally, marriage is not necessarily an accomplishment. People have different social and religious backgrounds, and so will have different perception of marriage. Personally, I think after having a good job with a good salary, owning a house, a car, then getting married will be an accomplishment. Really, Kojo. Jonathan Prog says, marriage is just the beginning of either the end or the doorway for something wonderful and amusing. All depends on how you work towards it.
Okay, let me quickly take some WhatsApp comment before we wrap up. This from Eko Ahisa, who is in Cape Coast, and he says, successful marriages can be seen as an accomplishment. In any case, what's the meaning of accomplishment? To me, planning something and putting it into action to make it successful, it can be said you have accomplished that activity. As every married person, and ask every married person, they will tell you what goes into it. Okay. And this is, oh, you didn't give your name. Oh, well, marriage is ordained by Jah, so it is an accomplishment. And one last one, this is Pearson from Sunyani. God said it's not good for man to live alone. Okay, so this way I'm going to draw the...
It's not good for man to live alone, and yes, that's where, Lord, that's where I also part company with you. This is Joy News Prime.